So let's talk about something interesting. I just saw that some health guru, biohacker, fitness bro, whatever you want to call him, Brian Johnson, is supposedly, allegedly, on some sort of medication for an autoimmune disease. I think it's called autoimmune gastritis. I don't really know what that is, but according to Brian Johnson himself, his stomach is eating itself. I don't really know what that means either, but maybe he's got this some sort of bacteria in his stomach that I don't know eats his own stomach. Obviously, it has to be something. However, he's this is the extreme measure that he's taking now. He's spending $2 million annually on a team of 30 doctors for monitoring his health. He's on a strict vegan diet. He takes 111 pills a day, which is crazy. Just think about that. 111 pills a day. I mean, you gotta be popping pills like literally every minute. It's crazy. And so, let me just think. So 100 divided by 5 is 20. So, and 100 divided by 25 is 4. So, if you were to stay awake for the entire duration of a 24-hour cycle, he would have taken more than 5 pills an hour, which is crazy. Excuse me, 4 pills an hour, but still crazy. That's 1 pill a quarter if he's not getting any sleep. So just imagine. And I don't know what else. Probably lots and lots of medications as well. The point is, this guy is supposedly, allegedly, a biohacker, and he's been cursed with this disease. Now, I don't mean to jest or joke or make fun of him because of that, because it sounds like serious stuff, and I don't wish harm or illness upon anybody, really. But I do want to take this time to acknowledge a few things. There's a lot of guys who smoke, drink booze, probably use some drugs, and live a happy and healthy life. And that is why, and that's because they're not stressed out about stuff. They socialize, and they get way more company than others, and well, they just go with the flow. Literally, they eliminate stress, get enough sleep, and then socialize. That'll help a lot, and I think it's actually going to help way more than people think. I think that's going to help even more than spending $2 million on doctors, taking 111 pills a day, and constantly monitoring what you eat and, revert to a vegan diet. That just sounds awful. But here's the point. If you're this health and fitness guru and you get, and you claim that you have the path to biohacking, and then you end up getting this disease, well, then maybe you weren't on your way to biohacking in the first place. That's a perfectly legitimate and honest question to ask, by the way. That's not hate. That's perfectly fair criticism. And it's not even criticism. This is just openly asking questions. See, when you want to persuade somebody to do something, by taking your example, well, at the very least, you should be an example to aspire to. I mean, if you want to give out health advice and you manage to acquire this disease or illness, well, then maybe your life wasn't worth living in the first place. Really? Again, that's a perfectly legitimate and honest question to ask. And so that's the whole point of this video, really. It's not to pick on Brian Johnson as much as it is to pick on the very fact that there are people out there who say one thing but then do another thing, or that say one thing which doesn't really necessarily lead anywhere. If I, who's not a millionaire yet, but I'm working on aspiring to becoming one, if I want to give you advice on what it takes to become a millionaire, well, then I'm full of it. I'm full of hot air. You shouldn't listen to me. I can give you advice on how to make five-figure sums of money. I can easily do that because I've done it myself multiple times. But I can't give you advice on how to make $1 million. Not yet. See, unlike a lot of other people, I'm actually being honest. So, with that being said, if you want legitimate, honest advice on how to make 5 figures or more, and also you want to purchase an ad spot for your business on a publisher list, then get subscribed for free. We'll link to do so in the episode description wherever you're watching and or listening to this. And I'll teach you something about sales and persuasion and entrepreneurship as well. Right down there. See you on the other side.